Madam President, let Muskingum University's December 2024 commencement now begin.
Thank you, Dr. DeCure. We're going to ask you to stay standing for just a few moments. We'll have our invocation after I greet you here. So I am delighted to welcome you to our December commencement, honoring our undergraduate and graduate candidates today. It's such a special pleasure to celebrate this occasion with our class of 2024 and with all the family and friends who have joined us here today. So please join me in welcoming our chaplain, Reverend Derek Wadlington, to the stage for our invocation.
Thank you. If it be your way, please pray with me. Gracious and Holy One, we give thanks for this day, for the chance to pause and to celebrate this group before us. We give thanks for this place, Muskingum, where we gather to teach and learn in community. We give thanks for the students who have made it here today and for those who look forward to their time here in the future. We give thanks for families and friends who gave love and support and comfort along the way. May your Spirit be present to bless each of our graduates. Remind them of what they have achieved and what they will achieve in the future. May this be a moment of celebration, of gratitude and remembrance, of relief, perhaps even a bit of sadness, and a time of hope for the future. Amen. Please be seated.
It is wonderful to have all of you with us today, both in person and those of you who are participating virtually. Our student volunteers from Orbit Media are live streaming and recording today's ceremony, as they do with so many events throughout our academic year. We thank them for their skills and talents in connecting Muskies, families, and friends near and far. Please join me in thanking Orbit Media for their service. Congratulations, December 2024 graduating class. This is your day, and our entire Muskingum community is delighted to celebrate with you. Each one of you has had a powerful impact during your time here, and I am confident that you are going to go out into the world and continue to transform the lives of others now after this ceremony as Muskingum alumni. We know that your families and friends played a vital role in your success at Muskingum. We want to congratulate families and friends, and thank you for encouraging your graduate through each step as they earned their degree. We share your tremendous pride in them. We know they could not have done it without your support and care. So please join me now in thanking all the family members and friends here in the audience and participating virtually for their exceptional support. The Muskingum University faculty and staff have been at the center of your experience with us, teaching, challenging, inspiring, guiding, helping you along the way. Today, they are here to honor you. Would the Muskingum University faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? The Muskingum University Board of Trustees is a highly committed and engaged group of individuals. They have a transformational impact on Muskingum through their leadership and through their stewardship. Would any members of the Board of Trustees who are attending the celebration with us today please stand and be recognized? Today's commencement address will be presented by Pat Wright Fridley, a 1976 Muskingum graduate and a university trustee, as you just noted when she stood up. Pat retired as senior managing director at Allstate Investments, capping a 34-year career in investment management. Her areas of expertise include building investment businesses and leading teams of asset managers in areas spanning public and private securities in both fixed income and equity. Pat has been a Muskingum University trustee since 2007 and has chaired the board's investment subcommittee since 2019. We are extremely proud to honor her today with the presentation of a Doctor of Humane Letters degree. I invite Cheryl Hetrick Carpenter, the chair of the University Board of Trustees and a member of the Muskingum class of 1986, to join me in conferring this honorary degree. Cheryl and Pat, please come forward now.
Thank you, President Hassler. It is my pleasure to read for you, whereas Patricia Wright Fridley, a member of the Muskingum University class of 1976, has impacted the world through her 34-year career in investment management for the insurance industry, retiring as Senior Managing Director at Allstate Investments, LLC. And whereas Patricia Wright Fridley's groundbreaking work for Allstate included creating and leading the company's first portfolio management group and private placement group, developing their international investment strategy, private equity, and hedge funds investment strategy. Whereas Patricia Wright Fridley has been a leader among her peers, serving in an industry-wide roles, including as a member of the Senior Investment Advisory Council of the American Council of Life Insurers, and helping author the American Council of Life Insurers' first investment textbook in 2012 and its second edition in 2016. Whereas Patricia Wright Fridley is an advisor for Planting Seeds International, supporting early childhood education in Guatemala, and previously served on the board of advisors of the Posse Foundation in Chicago, supporting first-generation college students. Whereas Patricia Wright Fridley has served as a Muskingum University trustee since 2007, has chaired the Board of Trustees Investment Subcommittee since 2019, and previously a member of the Alumni Council. Whereas Patricia Wright Fridley earned her Muskingum Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics and her Master of Business Administration degree from the Ohio State University. Yet now resolved by the Muskingum University Board of Trustees on this, the 13th day of December, 2020, degree of Doctor of Humane Letters conferred upon Patricia Wright Fridley.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Muskingum University, I do hereby confer upon you, Patricia Wright Fridley, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. I am honored to present to you now Dr. Patricia Wright Fridley. And now I am also proud to welcome Dr. Fridley to the podium for our commencement address.
Thank you, President Hassler. I want to also recognize Jennifer Dugan, who is sitting right here, the provost, and the entire Muskingum community for getting us to this glorious day of graduation. Isn't it exciting to be a graduate? Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. I'm glad to be here to celebrate with you and your families this significant milestone. Graduating from college with an undergraduate or an advanced degree is a life-changing event. You are now credentialed in a way that opens doors that have been previously closed to you. You have also established yourself on a lifelong path of learning. To graduate, you had to learn critical thinking, discipline, the power of thoughtful debate, to fear procrastination, and to juggle many balls in the air. Those of you with advanced degrees also had to learn applied critical thinking to solve unsolvable problems and to multitask with vengeance. You are a significant step closer to becoming the expert in your field. For all of you, the intellectual growth and the value you can add to the workplace is significant. However, it does not stop with the workplace. It also applies to everyday life. For those of you who borrowed money to complete your degree, you had to carefully shoehorn in and prioritize the everyday cost of living. Not an easy task. You've had to learn to understand how people can both be cooperative and competitive, stepping up to lead in a way that gets people to follow. When you look into the future, you will likely find you have become skillful at paying off debt and saving money, family management, personal investing, and managing your personal health, all of which are complex topics in and of themselves. To think there will be right or wrong answers to how you go about this is naive. You will be in pursuit of better answers most of your life so that you can improve the quality of not only your life, but that of your families and all the people that you care the most about. I am a baby boomer, which means I was born after World War II. When I entered the labor market, only 15% of the jobs in the United States required a college degree. We were the first generation of students to fully embrace going to college. We knew with certainty that economic mobility was ours. For millennials, 25% of the jobs required a college degree. Economists now estimate that the percentage of jobs requiring a college degree in the United States is about 35%. The percentage of college-educated Americans is just under that. For the last several decades, students have seen college as somewhat of an automatic financial security. However, if you read the popular press today, you might wonder, is your degree worth it? The short answer to that is yes, but it is not as straightforward as it used to be. First of all, not all degrees are equal. An undergraduate from places that are strictly online schools is not nearly regarded as the same as an undergraduate degree from Muskingum. It's not even close. Some would argue that a degree from a small liberal arts college is more valuable than from just about anywhere. One of those people who spoke publicly and eloquently about it was Brenda Barnes. Brenda was the CEO of PepsiCo North America and later Sara Lee Corporation, and had a small college liberal arts education. She was a tireless advocate for the superior value of your education. She would put any of you up against any of the typical Ivy League or public university graduates. She simply thought you could outthink them and outwork them. And because that is what happens when you attend a small liberal arts school. If Brenda were alive today, I think she would also put you up against artificial intelligence. And I have to say, I probably agree with her on that. After all, a key component to critical thinking is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is nurtured at a place like Muskingum. You learn early, not showing up to class is taken personally. Classroom participation is expected, and leading in and out of the classroom is also expected. Artificial intelligence takes factual complexity and simplifies it. Your emotional intelligence is on a whole other level. Interesting enough, an online degree is not looked on the same way. Well, this can be attributed to many things. I think the real key is the person getting the advanced degree. First of all, you're already on a career path. You know what you want to do. And likely you've been working full-time, have a strong desire to develop more expertise in your field, and have a very strong work ethic. You stay ahead of your learning, you're never behind, you multitask well, and you are ruthless with time management. All of these makes you extremely valuable to any employer. Your advanced degree is thus an upward rung on the career ladder that will pay off for you handsomely. Over your lifetime, statistically, you can expect to do substantially better than those without a college degree. Here's what you can expect on average. A college degree person will earn at least $1 million more over their lifetime than a person with simply a high school diploma, and even more if you have an advanced degree. You are far less likely to be laid off, you will have substantially better benefits, and you are much less likely to need government assistance. As someone who spent my life working in investments, I like thinking about college as a return on investment. A college degree has a compound annual return of about 10%. Guess what? Stocks make 7.5% per annum. Your college degree was a great investment. The biggest issue you face as a college graduate is to become underemployed. It is important that your initial job require a college degree, or at a minimum, I strongly prefer a college degree, and can describe a career path for you. Why? Because an employer must have work that benefits from your education. If they don't, they will not pay for it. It's as simple as that. You are fortunate to have attended a place like Muskingum, where your degree has value and it's also affordable. The entire university staff and the staff that came before them have believed it's possible, as well as critical, to keep the value of a Muskingum education strong and affordable. At Muskingum, your professors take personal interest in your success. Their doors are open. Many Muskingum students here tonight have relationships with professors that will last long after graduation. I was one of those students. Professor Thompson introduced me to the financial community of Columbus, and that's largely how I got my first job. When I switched jobs 10 years later, his guidance was invaluable. Those graduated tonight with a bachelor's degree in this room had access to a wide variety of extracurricular activities as well as resources. As a mother of 2 college graduates who participated at a wide variety of schools, I would be remiss in not mentioning one resource that often gets overlooked by particularly undergraduate students, and that's the Placement Center. I'd encourage you to use it. It's a really valuable resource. Not that I had to remind my kids of that several times, how valuable it was. Muskingum's principal source of capital is its alumni. In fact, Muskingum would not even be here were it not for its alumni. Did you know that the national average of alumni giving colleges hovers around 8%? And in a public school like Ohio State or Bowling Green or any other state school you want to mention, it's right around 2%. The percentage of Muskingum alumni that give is multiples of that. In fact, my class of 1976, about 20% give. Now you may think all these are small numbers, but they are huge because they are people making a difference and making it possible for you to be here today. Muskingum has believed in the potential of students for the last 175 years. Transformation through knowledge is one of the most powerful changing forces in the lives of a human being. And hardly anything else even comes close to comparing its transformational power. At some point in the future, you will need to do the same as those before you have. It's part of being on the long magenta line. I can tell you from personal experience that giving to Muskingum is rewarding. Because it makes you realize when much is given, much is expected. In preparing for this talk today, I read through several graduation speeches, and maybe it's because of my age, most of them seem pretty dull. I then asked several friends and colleagues what they thought was overlooked in graduation speeches, and most talked about the evolving employment environment and how to succeed in the workplace. Employers and their relationship with their employees is constantly changing. Prior to the pandemic, most employees were, in fact, replaceable. The way to advance if you were a college-educated person was to change jobs. My 35-year-old son changed jobs 5 times before he was 30. His last move is indicative of what happened right around the time of the pandemic. When he and his wife had their first baby, his boss called him into the office, promoted him there on the spot, and told him to enjoy his paid paternity leave. In other words, we don't want you looking around for a job. And in fact, employees have become scarce, particularly as people my age who stayed in the job market far longer than anybody would have ever thought, left and did not come back. The one thing I do know for sure is the job market will continue to change and evolve, but some advice is true regardless of the state of flux of employers. I'm going to conclude my remarks with what I consider to be the best of the uncommon but practical career advice. Don't worry, there's only 6 of them. The first one is you have to do the work. And you should strive to go well beyond what is expected of you. Yes, employers will have goals for you, but you need to set your own goals and you need to set them high. You want to be paid more? You have to do more than what you're paid to do. That may seem unfair to some of you, but that's life. You have to do more than what's expected of you. Number 2, as you work, a critical but overlooked component of getting things done successfully is incorporating its impact on others. People don't get paid more unless they do make an impact well beyond themselves. This impact should be felt by your associates, your customers, and your partners. In other words, you have to make a difference. Number 3, being known as somebody who gets things done, particularly hard things, is powerful, and it's also differentiating. Be a problem solver. Therefore, don't walk into somebody's office with a complaint. Be prepared with any complaint to discuss possible solution. Just about anybody can identify a problem. but it's the gifted that know how to solve problems. Number 4, network, network, network. We all know the value of teamwork. It's very helpful. However, insightful advice also comes across external business networks, across departments, across professional disciplines, your professors and staff relationships here at Muskingum, as well as your involvement with charities. Networks are vital and broadening. Work can be insular. All too often, it's a not invented syndrome can prevail. Bringing in an outside perspective stimulates thinking. You might be surprised that I mentioned charities in the same breath as I did other working relationships. Volunteering at a charity creates an opportunity to understand situations often not as good as our own. Thus, volunteering broadens our horizons and helps us be a more complete human being. That in turn makes us just better in the workplace. Communication is the most underrated skill in the workplace. This includes both writing and speaking, both of which are critical that you do well. In my career, I sent at least a dozen highly educated people to a persuasive writing class. Writing is emphasized at a place like Muskingum, and for that, I am forever grateful. I was also made quantitatively gifted professionals who were way smarter than I would ever even hope to be, give their first talk to me. Why, you might ask? Verbal communication on difficult subject matter is absolutely needed in order for those changes to happen. People need to be convinced, and verbal communication is far more effective for complexity than written material. It's also fundamental to you as a person that the person who did the work get credit and take responsibility and ownership. Yes, it does sound like I'm telling you you have to sell yourself in the workplace, and you do. But please know that when you recognize and support others, it's incredibly powerful, not only for those in the recognition, the person who's. So recognize on both sides of that equation. Lastly, you're going to make mistakes. We all do. Own your mistakes, but move on. The only time mistakes really matter is when they begin to seem continuous. I am very proud of all of you as being the newest members of the Long Magenta line. Has transformed me and countless others. Muskingum has transformed you, making you ready to make the world better and changing people's lives for good. We older alumni wish you well and know you will make us proud. Be fearless. It's a trademark of a Muskingum graduate. Be true to yourself and be true to Muskingum. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fridley, for that very inspiring and very practical message that you can take with you in the next step in your journey. I'd now like to welcome Heather Dawson, class of 2026, who is going to sing Climb Every Mountain, accompanied by Dr. Harsha Abaratni from our music department. Thank you so much, Heather, and I hope all of you could really resonate with the words of that song because you are climbing mountains. You climbed them to get here, but you have a long journey ahead of you, so many years to serve and enjoy. So thank you again, Heather. That was beautiful, and thank you, Dr. Abiretney, as well. As we prepare to grant graduate degrees to the class of 2024, I am inviting our division chair for Business, Education, and Social Science, Dr. Dinah Meyer, to join me for the presentation of candidates. And we are very grateful to Dr. Meyer for stepping in this role as our provost, Dr. Jennifer Dugan, has laryngitis today. So she'll be thinking your names for you while Dr. Meyer is reading them.
Good afternoon. Will the candidates of the Master of Arts in Education degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Arts in Education degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Muskingum Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Education with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty, with the approval of the Muskingum Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching, with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Information Systems degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Business Information Systems degree. The faculty recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of this degree.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Muskingum Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed on me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Information Systems with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Occupational Therapy degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Master of Occupational Therapy degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Muskingum Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Occupational Therapy with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
I now invite the recipients of the degrees of Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Information Systems, and Master of Occupational Therapy to come forward and receive your diplomas. They will be presented to you by President Hassler and Chair Carpenter. Families of our graduates, you are welcome to come forward to take photos, but please take care not to block aisles, the movement of our graduates, or the view of other audience members. A photographer will be taking photos as your graduate descends the stage. Haydeliza Gmont. Tristan Jacob Howell. Cody Andrew Lewis Melvin. Stephanie Lynn Pietrowski. That's okay. Ashley Marie Scharf. Tracy Doreen Singleton. Miranda Nicole Allen. Lauren Nicole Haar. Christopher Thomas Casson. Julia Nicole Smith. Bennett David Triplett. Rotarius M. Walker. Madison Virginia Andrews. Melissa Brown. Maxwell Pizzat. Damon Swope. Alexandria Tavella. Casey Wilson. Tiffany Ann Albany. Laura Elizabeth Chenoweth. Emily Eileen Dickinson. Kayla Renee Doyle. Laura Ann Fink. Kelsey M. Forstall. Kara Fulford. Morgan Grisham. Irene Lynn Kaiser. Kayla R. Knapp. Tanya Nicole Liu. Katie Jo MacArthur. Jeremy Boulevant Radmal. Ryan Michael Reichard. Michaela M. Robertson. Joan C. Schulker. Lindsay Alicia Smith. Gabrielle Celeste Stice. Congratulations to all master's degree candidates in the fields of education, business information systems, and occupational therapy.
Will the class of 2024 master's degree members please rise and face the audience wherever your family is? Proudly presented. Woo! You may be seated. In the audience, you may note that all of our graduate students are wearing hoods that are specially designed for their particular discipline. And then they also have black and magenta for Muskingum University. So that is what you are seeing in this wonderful class of graduate students with their exceptional accomplishments. One more round of applause, please. I now invite Dr. Meyer to begin the presentation of the class of December 2024 candidates for undergraduate degrees.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Bachelor of Arts degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
I'm going to start that over because the mic was turned off. There we go. Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Muskingum Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements set by the faculty for the Bachelor of Science degree. The faculty has approved the granting of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelors of Science with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have completed all the requirements as set by the faculty for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. The faculty has recommended and the Board of Trustees has approved the granting of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty with the approval of the Muskingum Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority placed in me by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. So will all of the class of 2024, December 2024, bachelor's degree members please rise and face the audience, wherever your audience is sitting. Proudly presented.
You may be seated. I now invite the recipients of the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing to come forward to receive your diplomas. They will be presented to you by President Hassler Carpenter. Families, again, please feel free to come forward to take photos as your graduate crosses the stage, but take care not to block aisles, the movement of our graduates, or the view of other audience members. And a photographer will be taking photos as your graduate descends the stage. Justin M. Adams. Congratulations. Elizabeth Ann Allen, magna cum laude. Brooke Ann Baird, cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Betzler. Emily Marie Bowen, magna cum laude. Emma G. Brown. Tasha Nicole Kardec, cum laude. David Carlson. Dylan D. Davis. Caitlin Joy DeMassimo, magna cum laude. Daniel Robert Diamond. Kadath Joseph Duran, Dorsey. Stephen Mitchell Irvin, cum laude. Alexandra Lee Frankenhauser, magna cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Fulkerson, magna cum laude. Harry Lodge Galloway II. Angela M. Gibson, cum laude. Ishmael Jahaim Hamid. Treva J. Hamp, magna cum laude. Levi Jean Hayhurst. Smith David Hickenlooper, Jr. Alexandra Renee Huck, summa cum laude and valedictorian. Michelle Lee Huff. Logan Daniel Carl, cum laude. Cheyenne Lyndon Kirk. Alexis Marie Lucia. Bailey Lynn Mignani, magna cum laude. Riley Renee Mignani, cum laude. Michael Victor McConaughey. Quinn Michael McDermott, magna cum laude. Hunter Edward McGuire. Bryce Philip Miskovich. Caitlin Rose Moat, cum laude. Abdikhani Abdurishman Mohammed. Taylor A. Morgan, cum laude. Mason Patrick Murphy. Grace Ann Nees. Amanda Sue Knoll, cum laude. Grant Michael Roush. Travis D. Robertson, cum laude. Jenna Page Rominger, magna cum laude. John Douglas Schmidt, summa cum laude. Zina Asefa Shifara. Alexandria Grace Stolar. John R. Stoner. Jennifer Lynn Suver. Star Victoria Vantachev. Eloise Margaret Voitko. Alexis A. Wilkinson, magna cum laude. Shyla Nicole Williamson, summa cum laude. Daphne McKenna Woodmansee, magna cum laude. Julia Grace Salmonick, summa cum laude. Hashem Aladdin Kader. Demarion Dwayne Johnson. Natalie Ann Hugebeck. Harrison David Huffman.
Oh my, that is quite the wonderful group of graduates. So now that you have crossed the platform, our undergraduate students, it is time for you to rise. Again, our graduates here, right? That's you. All the people with the bachelor's degrees, right? I think it's not the graduate, right? Somebody help me out here. It's time to officially change your tassels. Please switch your tassels from the right side to the left of your mortar boards, many of which, by the way, are beautifully decorated here today. And we all want to say, congratulations, you have accomplished your goals. You may be seated. I now invite graduating Caitlin DeMassimo to come forward. Caitlin earned her degree in special education, K through 12 special education. She was a member of the women's basketball team where she earned first team all OAC and set the school record for most points in a game, which still stands, 38 points. That's worth applause. Caitlin also served as the president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and started the Campus Organization Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which she led for 3 years. Caitlin, please speak to our graduates.
Thank you, President Hassler. Good afternoon. As mentioned before, my name is Caitlin DeMassimo, and it is a true honor to stand before you all today. First and foremost, I would like to invite all the graduates to stand, turn towards your loved ones, and join me in an applause of thanks for all that they have done to get you here today. Thank you. Although my family had no idea today, I would like to personally thank all of them for showing up for me each day. I would like to thank the entire education department, the athletic department, and so many others for the personal impact that they have had on my life. While we would not be here today without the support of others, graduates, I want to take this moment to congratulate each of you. The early mornings, the late nights, the tears, the tons of smiles and laughter, all the walks across the quad or up the hill to the dining hall, all those memories are now coming to a close. As a freshman, you may have thought this day would never come, and now it has. You did it. Congratulations. As you leave Muskingum, May you keep with you the memories that have been made. Now, a few weeks ago, my mind started to think about today and how I was supposed to get up here and talk. I realized I had no idea what I was going to say. I wasn't sure where to start, but then it hit me. As I was sitting in church one Sunday morning, listening to the message, I heard 3 words: leap of faith. As we close this chapter, I want to leave with you a piece of advice and encouragement. Take that leap of faith. 3, 4, or maybe even 5 years ago, you made the decision to take the leap of faith that brought you here to Muskingum. Being physically able to see what the next 4 years would bring, you took that huge leap of faith. The rest of your life, you will be faced with decisions, some harder than others, but in reality, no decision is easy. Life will move you in so many different directions, and we have to be ready to move. A few months ago, I arrived at what has been one of the most important decisions in my life so far. Post-college, my dream was to get a job offer from the high school I graduated from as an intervention specialist. To top it off, I also wanted to be a high school basketball coach at my alma mater. Obviously, this was far-fetched, and I knew the chances were slim. As many of you know, being a part of the women's basketball team here at Muskingum was a very important part of my story. One day, early this summer, I received a phone call that an intervention specialist job was opened at my high school, and they wanted to interview me. Even though I still had 1 semester left to college and another year of eligibility, I was stuck, being pulled in 2 different directions. I'm sure you have all experienced this at some point, or maybe you're currently experiencing this feeling. What was I supposed to do? I turned to everyone else to give me the answer. However, it was a decision that only I could make. It was time to take a leap of faith. If not now, then when? It was not easy, but a wise person once told me, nothing worth having is easy. I get to be a teacher right where I want to be, and I also get to continue to have an impact on the game that I love as a high school basketball coach. When I thought I was giving up, I soon realized I was actually taking a leap of faith to do what was best for me. Doors will open and close constantly. You will have all the opportunities and decisions to make. My hope is that in 10 to 20 years from now, when I see you walking across the quad during alumni weekend, you will come up to me and tell me about all the leaps of faith that you have taken that have gotten you to where you want to be. I pray that you find encouragement to take your leap of faith, to trust in timing, and trust in the skills and abilities that you've worked so hard to develop. After all, you are all Muskies. You were made for impact. Go and be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Great words, great story. Appreciate it. Here to present the faculty's charge to the graduating class is Dr. Meyer, who already has been assisting us in the ceremony today. And she joined the Muskingum faculty in 1999. She teaches courses on personality theory, abnormal psychology, counseling theory, psychological testing, child and adolescent development, and she supervises the mental health internship program in the psychology department while also serving as division chair. So Dr. Meyer, please come forward.
Thank you, President Hassler. I'm honored to be giving the faculty charge to the graduating class today. Class of 2024, as you're sitting here about to walk out those doors to the next big adventure in your lives, I want to talk to you about something that might seem a bit unexpected for a graduation speech. And in case you're wondering if I'm going to talk about psychology, you better believe I am. But it's a lesson that's about your future and the amazing ways life has of guiding us when we're open to seeing the signs that are put into our path. Now, whether you took a psychology class or not, and I certainly hope almost all of you did, you've all heard of Sigmund Freud, arguably the most controversial figure in psychological history. But I want to tell you about his disciple, another famous psychoanalyst, Dr. Carl Jung. Jung believed that there are phenomena that humans experience that just cannot be explained through science. For example, our belief in deities that we can't see, or that strange feeling, that strange sensation of déjà vu. Jung believed in synchronicity, a concept describing meaningful coincidences that seem too extraordinary to be mere chance. Events occur in ways that seem almost magical. We've all had them. Imagine thinking about a friend from long ago and looking down at your phone and seeing a text message from them. Or finding yourself in a situation of being in the right place at the right time. Synchronicity suggests that some coincidences are more than just random events. They represent an underlying connection between our inner psychological states and external events. And they can guide and add meaning to our life if we pay attention to them. I'm here at Muskingum because of synchronicity. Many years ago, I was teaching at a large, very large university that I knew just wasn't a great fit for me. I happened to see Muskingum's posting for a psychology faculty position. I interviewed and was offered the job. But I turned it down for what, at the time, seemed like some pretty good reasons. Several months went by, and I began to feel some regret that I'd made the wrong decision. And then, out of the blue, I received a call from the psychology department chair here at Muskingum asking if I would reconsider again taking the position for a higher salary. This time, I paid attention to the very clear message that was being handed to me, and here we are 26 years later. Most of you are probably feeling a mix of excitement and anxiety right now. Some of you have your plans all mapped out. Others of you are wondering what's next. And I just want to assure you that both approaches are perfectly fine, because our life has a way of both directing and surprising us regardless of our plans. We're living in a time of algorithms and carefully curated online lives, and we're often taught to control every single variable, to plan for every possibility. But my advice to you is to be present enough to know moments of synchronicity, these meaningful coincidences when they appear. When you experience a coincidence that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, pay attention to that. When you feel an unexplainable pull toward a path that was not in your 5-year plan, it might not be a distraction, it might be the universe's way of showing you a better plan. So by all means, make your plans, set your goals, work hard, and be prepared. But at a time when the world seems more uncertain than ever, let that uncertainty be an invitation to you to be more open and willing to consider the possibilities that exist beyond your ambitions. You might just find yourself living a life that you hadn't planned, but one that you would not trade for anything. Congratulations, graduates. May you have the courage to follow your dreams and the will to know when life is offering you something better. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. Great words of wisdom for all of you. So I am now going to invite to the podium once again, Chair of our Board of Trustees, Cheryl Carpenter, to present the charge to the graduates from the Board of Trustees. Chair Carpenter.
Thank you, President Hassler. Wow, I love the energy in this room. It keeps expanding throughout the afternoon, and we're getting towards the end. But graduates, think about the story that brought you to Muskingum, and the story that you can now tell about the time at Muskingum, the things you've learned, the friendships you've made, the early mornings and late nights, presentations, projects from professors, everyone on campus, and your family. Is long. But these stories this moment, and now during your and the goal to reach this and receive that diploma. Success is dependent on God. Your diploma and the effort that you poured into it represents a milestone in instruction and learning. And today to prepare you to write the next part of your purpose. My pleasure to represent the Board of Trustees as we congratulate you on this achievement. And graduates, I offer this charge to you. Now that you're ready to write the next part of your story, think about the person you want to be at the end of your life. Visualize that person and what has made you happy? How have you served others? What have you contributed to your family, your work, your community? And I know this might sound a bit odd, but meet with this person that you're visualizing a little bit every day, the person you're capable of becoming. Shape your mindset, your words, your choices, your actions. Close the gap between who you are today and who you are capable of being. When we're children, people ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? When we're teenagers, people ask us, what do you want to do in college? What do you want to study? And when we're ready to graduate from college, people ask us, what do you plan to do now? And these questions focus on what and do, but we rarely pause to focus on who we are becoming. Ernest Hemingway said, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." We all have a story of our life. Appreciate the story that brought you to Muskingum. Smile and tell everyone about the story of your time at Muskingum, and now be excited to start writing the story for who you are capable of being and making your dreams a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, for that wonderful charge and also for your excellent service on our Board of Trustees. We are nearing the end of the celebration, in case anybody was wondering that. And it is my great privilege to thank all of you for your participation. I wish today's graduates the very best as you leave this campus and continue on your journey. With the class of 2024, please rise one more time. So much joy and so much accomplishment in this room. So as you take the next steps on your journey, share passions, lead, and make your impact. Turn those dreams into action. Care for yourselves, for others, and for the world. Find joy wherever you are, in the extraordinary, in the everyday. We are so immensely proud of you. Congratulations and many blessings, class of 2024. I now ask the class of 2024 to remain standing, and the rest of our participants here today to rise in body or spirit as Heather Dawson sings Muskingum's alma mater, All Hail Muskingum. The lyrics are printed in your program. You are welcome to sing along. After that, Reverend Wadlington will offer our benediction, after which we are asking that the graduates and audience members be seated and wait until your section is dismissed. I feel like I should ask everybody to repeat that as an educator, right? So again, we are going to sing the alma mater, have a benediction, and then we ask you to be seated so that we can have our students process out, and then you can find your families. Heather.
You're going to have to trust me to know that I'm acutely aware that I'm the last thing on the bucket up here. So, graduates, a bit of advice. When someone else has the right words, use them and then give attribution. So, a poem, I Wish You Enough by Bob Perks. I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright. I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun more. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive. I wish you enough pain so that the smallest joys in life appear much bigger. I wish you enough gain to satisfy your wanting. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all that you possess. And I wish you enough hellos to get you through the final goodbye. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord be kind and gracious to you. The Lord look upon you with favor and grant you peace. Please be seated.